You may get a wide variety of JRPGs for both Android and iOS devices. And in today's video, I will show you 10 of the best JRPGs for Android and iOS that you should try in 2022. So without any further ado, let's start this video. Number 1, we have Final Fantasy VI. The original Final Fantasy games have been updated with new features and improvements made specifically for mobile devices. One of the best ways to learn about the history of this groundbreaking JRPG series is via these games. Next up, we have Genshin Impact. Fantasy action-adventure game Genshin Impact features thrilling fights with humorous twists. If you want to win the game quickly, you'll need to be able to transition between characters. You'll have access to an extensive roster of playable characters, each with a unique set of skills and traits to pick from. Next up, we have Dragalia Lost, a Nintendo JRPG with a lot of potential for addiction that is often neglected. It's not as complex as some of the others on our list, but it still has all the best parts of Japanese role-playing games. There is action, interesting people, and tapping. What more could you want? What about the fantastic narrative, the excellent voice acting, and the ability to transform into a dragon? Number 4, we have Disney Twisted-Wonderland. The Japanese smartphone game Disney Twisted-Wonderland was developed by Aniplex and Walt Disney Japan. The Magical Academy of Disney Twisted-Wonderland incorporates the lore of 7 infamous Disney bad guys into an exciting new context. No magic will help you figure out how you got here, and you may never learn, but at least you won't be bored. Next up, we have Honkai Impact 3rd. While an open-world option is available, action is where Honkai Impact 3 shines the most. The game is lauded for its variety of play options, which span a wide variety of genres. In this Japanese role-playing game, you lead a squad of female warriors known as Valkyries as they battle extraterrestrial invaders. Next up, we have Chrono Trigger. You should not pass up on Chrono Trigger, one of the most popular mobile JRPGs. To some, it is as important as the first RPGs in popularizing the genre. It's not only one of the oldest games on the list, but also one of the finest. The game has undergone some minor improvements, such as graphical tweaks and optimizations to work with today's touchscreens, but the core concept is still the same. Next up, we have Monster Hunter Stories. In this game, the colossal monsters you've come to fear in the Monster Hunter series are transformed into adorable companions you may ride into combat. You assemble a party of these monsters and fight your way through a compelling plot. You may also take your squad into battle against other players in the game's multiplayer mode. Monster Hunter Stories is not cheap, but it is money well spent. Next up, we have Disgaea 1 Complete. This takes the standard JRPG formula and gives it a few new spins. To start, it's quite difficult to do. Also, the whole vibe is really gothic. The charming whimsy of the Disgaea series avoids the po-faced modernism of other franchises. Understanding Disgaea requires a significant time investment, but the payoff is great. Next up, we have Final Fantasy IX. It's just as wonderful on mobile, with a fantastic tale set in a medieval fantasy planet of Gaia that has been devastated by war. Take part in innovative fighting mechanics, and a fantastic story that will keep you entertained for hours. They also included other bonuses, such as the ability to quickly increase your maximum stats on the mobile version. It's now much easier to quickly kill off really difficult bosses. Number 10, we have another Eden Global. The game makes a valiant effort to revive the golden age of classic JRPGs and can be picked up and played at your own pace. Like many classic fantasy role-playing games, Another Eden opens with protagonist Aldo and his sister Fane and their adopted grandpa living in the sleepy town of Bariwoki. So that's the list of 10 best JRPGs for Android and iOS to play in 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel Games Geek and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.